Igor here. I'm 14 and I have inattentive ADHD, and I've had it since I've been in second grade, and here I am again in eighth grade, and blah 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 blah. We're talking about my 504.
Yep, Igor, we are, because you go to high school next year. Yeah, we got some work to do. So buckle up, Igor. All right, so why am I doing eighth grade? One, this is the one grade that I have pretty much mastered. Serious. This is the one I've been doing most of my life. Eighth grade. I hated eighth grade growing up. I hated it. It was my worst grade, and ironically, this is the grade I teach the most. I know 13 and 14-year-olds very well, probably way more than all the other people. I don't know. Why am I doing eighth grade? Again, my son's going to eighth grade, the one I know well, and here's what I know about it. Eighth graders tend to be more private. They go to their room. They're more quiet to themselves. That privacy is important. Peers matter more than adults. They don't really care what you think. In fact, in public, they don't like adults at all. They don't want to be seen with adults. At home, they might not even like you. This is the risk-taking grade or the curious grade. In alcohol, drugs, or sex. Oh, my kid would never do that. They're curious then. They're very curious. Attitude. Either to you, the parent, or me, the teacher, or both. It's this. Yeah, whatever. Or it's the, I don't care, shrug. I don't care. Okay, or the door slams at home. Or as a teacher, sometimes they just walk away. Their hormones are crazy, but they don't share too much about their hormones. But what you will see are tantrums, rage moments, tears, either at school or at home. It's either at the teacher or in the counselor. Emotions are out of control, which will lead to social media nightmares because they're using their emotions and their hormones, and you got them a phone with access to social media where they put all their emotions out there, and it's not smart. It creates chaos for me. So again, if you have a 6th or 7th grader, do not put social media on their phones. Do not get them a smartphone. I'm just telling you, in 8th grade, the drama and the chaos and the nightmares, it's real when you get them social media to display all their emotions. But you're not going to listen to me, most of you. 95% of you are not listening to me. So I'm moving on to Igor. So what do we know about Igor? Yes, Igor. Igor loves friends. He's very popular. Loves video games. His parents didn't get him a phone, which, thank you, parents. But Igor loves video games. When he has his Chromebook out, he's playing video games instead of doing work. He escapes academics, and he might have learning difficulties. And he escapes by being the class clown. He's the kid everyone loves. He's so funny. But lately he's been hanging around a crowd that's more risky and skipping classes. Curious about drugs. Those are the type of friends that he's hanging out with. He's happy, joyful. He pulls off the happy-go-lucky type of person. Forgetful. He forgets everything. Huh? He's in a trance at times at school. He acts confused, and kids laugh at him. So it almost reinforces his class clownness. Messy backpack. He has his troubles getting his thoughts out. His sentences are quick to the point. His body's still, but he's really distracted, and he gets C's, D's, and now a lot of F's, okay? He's failing a lot of his classes. Okay, what does Igor think? Well, I know I have inattentive ADHD. I don't care, though. I don't really like talking about it to others. None of their business. I like making people laugh. I don't like homework. I like school because of my friends. Actually, I love school, but mostly for friends. I love video games. I want a job with technology. I love my family. My house is my favorite place to go. Yeah, I know I have missing assignment. I don't really care about grades. I have some chores, but I don't do them all the time. Nothing seems to work for me at all, so I just don't even try. I'm forgetful. Blah, 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 blah. I know I'm forgetful. And I'll get organized in high school. I just don't really care about this year. I just care about my friends. And that's it, if I'm being honest. And I'm being honest. Okay. I love Igor. Man, if I was an 8th grader, he and I would be such good friends. I would love to hang out with Igor. He's fun. And he's funny. Okay? But if Igor doesn't get proper support early on in his life, he's going to be unable to hold a job or a career. He's going to be unable to pay bills on time, unable to have a romantic relationship, because Igor is it's going to be almost seem like he's lazy, but his brain's not fully working with organization and time management. Friends may leave Igor because he doesn't grow up. Like he's stuck. His comedy, like his class clownness, is going to lead into tragedy because people are just going to kind of be like, okay, time to move on, Igor. You didn't grow up. And this may lead to alcohol or drugs because nobody wants to hang out with Igor, and he feels low, perhaps. So we need to get Igor some support, because I will tell you, I love Igor. Igor could be, if he gets support and recognizes he needs to be responsible and have good time management organization skills, he could be an adult who's so funny, joyful, imaginative, and caring if he gets his responsibilities together. He could be an adult who is is a friend that you deserve, empathetic, reliable, kind, generous. He could be an adult who's a great parent. He'd make a fantastic teacher, nurse, doctor, or has a career with people. Igor's main strength is people. He's got massive people skills. He reads people very well. He could be an adult who finds a career they like, pays the bills, and is responsible, even if it is in technology. It's an adult who is willing to use time management and an organizational strategy, and their quality of life will feel so much better and stable. And Igor could be an adult who loves their family and is a role model for their community, because Igor is fantastic with people. Okay, he's typically an extrovert, life of the party, just a funny, happy-go-lucky, but very distractible. So let's get him some skills, maybe. Okay, parents of Igor. Where are my parents? Funny. Igor's a Viking, but his parent is a Packer. And this little guy. Okay. This family is so funny and comical. This is the family I'd love just to hang out with at a restaurant and tell jokes. They love Igor. Igor makes us laugh. We have so many fun parties, and Igor's the life of the party. He's the oldest of many siblings, and his little siblings love being around him. He's playful and he's funny. Yes, everybody loves Igor. He's easygoing, just happy-go-lucky. His family's disorganized, though. They value fun and family, and this is awesome. The family loves to play. They're so close. However, his parents are more concerned because Igor's going to high school next year. More responsibility is coming through school and work, and it's time to zone into his education. They're starting to notice this also. In elementary school, all the way up to 7th grade, they were okay with Igor getting C's or average grades, and he was. They know the 504, but now he's failing a lot of classes. In 8th grade, they're growing more concerned for Igor. He's taking more interest in video games at home. His privacy time that most 8th graders have is video games, and he's not helping out as much anymore. His family's starting to receive a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails from his teachers. School counselor and the academic and behavior deans are noticing some changes in Igor, because Igor's he's hanging out with some kids that aren't taking school so seriously, and they've seen where this can go. Not good. We're concerned for Igor because high school is soon. And it's time to start learning how to be responsible at school. Teachers. So only one teacher came today. Igor's such a great kid. He asked me how I'm doing. He asked me personal questions and able to give back in a conversation. Our conversation is quick, but he's a kind kid. I love this kid. But I'm really concerned about his friend group lately and work during class. He has so many missing assignments. I have to prompt him to turn anything in. He keeps saying, I know, I'll do it tonight. Same thing over and over and over again. It's getting to the point where I don't even want to ask anymore. Maybe Igor just needs to fail to learn. Maybe. I'm getting to that point. I sat down with Igor to go through his backpack. He has work in there from August. It's January. We organized it together, and I found so many pencils and pens in there. But every day, he says he doesn't have one. So I'm confused. The other teacher said, Igor has left his water bottle there almost daily. I'm glad he doesn't have a phone, but with his Chromebook, he has left it there at least 2 times a week. He gets out of his next class to come into my class to get his Chromebook, so we miss learning time in the other class. I find him daydreaming a lot, or he's staring off. I'll say his name a few times, and it's like he's in a trance, and then goes, huh? The other kids laugh at this, and then he smiles. So lately, I've just been going around and tapping his desk quietly, so he doesn't get that type of attention. It seems to work. My biggest concern, though, Igor skipped my class a few times with his new friend group. And I'm just being straight up with you. This friend group is not the type of friends Igor should be hanging out with. He seems to be a follower of the group. I don't know. The counselor has talked to his old counselors and the deans, and they said this is new behavior for Igor. So we need to have a conversation. All right. So the counselor and parents, before the 504, they had a conversation on the phone. They said, we care about you, Igor. Igor was in the room. We need to talk about your friends, though. What type of friends are you hanging out with? What happened to your 7th grade friends? Igor, we need to have a conversation about what makes a good friend at this age. And we want to know who your friends are, the parents say. Okay, Igor, do you know why we're reviewing the 504? So Igor should know what's going on. We need to prepare for high school. Igor, why do you think time management and organization are important? These are the conversations before the 504 plan. Again, what I would recommend is the parent and any caregivers, grandma, grandpa, uncle, auntie, come to a table with Igor, list all their responsibilities they do daily to show Igor that the boring responsibilities have to happen in order to play and have fun. To afford your video games, Igor, this is what we had to do. This is what you will have to do if you want that fun. Okay, Igor, we'll get to your 504 next episode. Say bye.
Bye.